If you've ever dated a man who was extremely self-centered, who may be a narcissist, you invested time and energy, and at the end of the day, the relationship you realize was just based around him and his own desires, and it left you feeling used, and it left you feeling like you wasted your time. And if you'd like to learn the number one biggest red flag that a man is a narcissist, then please keep watching this video so you don't waste any more time with men who are not high quality, giving, and caring. Hi, I'm Jason Silver. I am the dating coach for ambitious women. I'm also very excited in this video. I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to give you a very special offer at the end of this video, so make sure to watch until the end of this video. You won't regret it. Now, unfortunately, in today's society, especially in North America, self-centeredness, ego, arrogance are actually rewarded. If you look at some of the top executives at the biggest organizations in the world, many therapists have diagnosed these people as having either narcissism or other self-centered personality disorders. This is very much rewarded in politics if you look at today's politics. And it's a sad thing because it actually encourages people to focus on themselves, and some people actually have it where it is a diagnosed disorder of narcissism. And I want nothing more than for you to avoid getting into a harmful relationship with one of these men. So in this video, I want to break down what you can keep an eye on to make sure that you avoid dating a narcissist. And if you haven't done so already, I encourage you, hit the subscribe button underneath this video, become a subscriber so you don't have to waste any more time and you can more effectively attract a higher quality man for a lifelong committed relationship. Let's jump right in. Here is the test that you can use to identify if someone is extremely self-centered and if there's not a good fit. I call it the hidden motives test. And this is very, very powerful. You can discover so much about a person and their intentions and their personality by applying this test. So I encourage you to really listen to this, and even maybe if you're sitting down in front of a computer, grab a pen, take some notes, because this is a test that can be applied in many different relationships, not just with men that you're dating, to get a deeper insight into the person that you're dealing with. Now, the hidden motives test involves two parts. Now, the first part is looking at his actions, what he actually is saying and doing. And the key here is his actions, and then looking at the motives. In other words, what are the potential reasons that he's taking these actions or saying these things? Now, we're not mind readers or psychics, so there's no way in 100% knowing what his motives truly are. However, the thought exercise of looking at his motives is essential if you want to understand more about his personality and discover if he is a self-centered person or is acting in a self-centered way. So one of the ways to begin applying the motives test is to take a look at what he is most proud of, where he gets his sense of fulfillment and pride. You see, narcissists are extremely self-centered. They focus on themselves and they have a grandiose sense of who they are, which means they need validation and they need respect. They want to be admired, and typically there's something in their life that they either talk about or it gives them energy that they're successful at it, and they get a lot of validation from that specific thing. Maybe it's their career or a skill set that they have or some level of success that gives them financial gain. Whatever it is, you can tell that they get worth from this either because they are posting about it on social media, they are talking about it, they are exhibiting things, like if it's money, they're buying fancy cars or wearing very, very expensive clothing that people know. It's not just something that they're doing for themselves. It seems that they are abundantly letting other people know that, look, this is something special and unique about me. And if you find anything in their life that they're really pushing to let other people know that they're doing well with, that is a good place to start. Because once you understand what really serves them, then you can begin looking at their actions, things that they're saying and doing. And you can ask yourself, what if their motives of doing these things were entirely self-centered? Do these actions, do these things that they're saying support that other aspect, their success? Does it support them being admired or well-liked or well-respected? Is it completely helpful to them in some way? Let's say some of their actions might appear to be giving, right? Maybe they've started a not-for-profit and they're giving to other people. Maybe they're doing things for others. So on the outside, it looks like, wow, this is such a good person. They seem to really care about other people. Well, is it really serving their bigger purpose where they get all of this validation from? Is it really serving them? Or are they doing things when not many people are looking? Are they doing things behind the scenes where they wouldn't get a lot of validation? Or are they doing things that, quite frankly, don't help them or don't help their image, but it's the right thing to do because it is helpful or thoughtful for another person? And this is the hidden motives test right here. It's looking at their motives and trying to find things that they do or say that are not always in their best interest, but more are so for someone else. Now, the reason why this is the hidden motives test and the reason why this is so effective is because one of the deepest parts of a narcissist is their inability to empathize with other people. In other words, they can't just look at someone and feel what that other person is feeling and identify with the emotions, the pain, the struggles, or the joy, any of the emotions that someone else is feeling. And because of that, they are not even aware of how to do things for people that are going through certain emotions in ways to support them, other than learned behavior. A narcissist can do things that are learned that they know if they do this thing, they're going to get a bunch of praise. So some things to consider. And here's some examples of what some actions that they might take that might not support themselves. Well, let's say they have a lot going on with their job, with things, and they call you and they say, is there something that I can do for you today? Can I pick you up something from the grocery store? Maybe they've got a really big meeting or they're under a time crunch, but they found out that you were sick and had a cold. Well, if they reach out to you and say, hey, maybe I can pick you up some medicine or some soup, and they want to do something for you, even though it's really going to harm or cause a huge inconvenience for them, if they're willing to go out of their way for you, there's a good chance that they might be empathizing and want to be helpful. Is he able to look at situations or look at you and what you're going through and seem to feel and connect with your emotions? And does he do or say things to make you feel better and to help you? Or is everything he's saying around him and his own desires? Really look and ask yourselves, is this only helpful for him? Another example is if he has longtime friends who consider him as someone who's really giving and caring and considerate. Someone who has known a narcissist and has been close to a narcissist for an extended period of time, years and years, would never call them considerate. Someone who has actually been in a relationship with someone for, let's say, a decade would never in a million years call a narcissist considerate or thoughtful or helpful. A narcissist over a period of time very clearly distinguishes themselves as someone who is self-serving. So you're going to want to try to meet this man's social circle, meet people that he has been friends with for a period of 5, 10, 15 years. And if there's no one, if there's no social circle, no family, no people that you can meet who consider this man truly giving, that is a red flag. And I would be very careful to look for other ways that you can identify if he isn't just self-serving. If you do this one simple test, if you look at his actions and look for the hidden motives and see if there's anything that he's doing that is for the benefit of someone else and not for himself, and if you can identify that, then you've probably got a great, caring, considerate man. And if you can only find that his actions are self-serving, then I would be very cautious and I would stick around with an open eye and an open ear and see if you can spot any actions that are outside of his self, or if everything is self-serving. Now, if you do this, I promise you, you can spend more time connecting with those men who are truly caring, who are truly giving. You know, it's a whole spectrum, and there's plenty of people out there, and I would prefer if you spend your time with men who really care about you and give you the love that you really do deserve. If you're still watching this video, it means something. It means you're an ambitious woman who's willing to take action to improve your dating life. And let's not discount just how different you are, because let's face it, There are a lot of women out there who are frustrated, but they don't do anything to try to change their situation. I talk about these women in almost every video. You see them in the comments, the ones who seem to just hate men and only focus on men changing. And listen, don't get me wrong, I get it. Some men are terrible, okay? But we both know there are high quality men out there, and there is a quality man for you. Someone who will fulfill your deepest desires, truly make you happy without needing to change or pretend that you're someone you're not. In fact, authentic attraction is what I teach, and in a lot of ways makes my dating methods a lot different from these other so-called gurus who focus on these manipulative tricks and tactics. And that's why I want to try something very special for this video. And this is the first time I've ever done something like this, but I think it may just change the lives of a few women who watch this video, and so I'm willing to take the risk. So here's the deal. If you're truly an ambitious, mastery-driven woman, if you resonate with my message, then I want to do everything in my power to help you achieve the relationship that you desire. And that's why I'm going to open up access to one of my presentations that's never been released to the public. In fact, I've never even before made this presentation available on YouTube or anywhere other than to a private list of my email subscribers once before. So I put a link to this presentation below this video in the description of this video where you can access it while I keep it online. But honestly, I'm just testing this. I reserve the right to take the link down at any moment. I really just want to reach my true fans, the ambitious women in this YouTube audience who are willing to invest in themselves so that they can really improve their dating life. So if you find the link below and click it, you're going to get behind the scenes look into my online dating system that I call the Silver Method. It's a counterintuitive system for meeting more men online, quality men, with way less effort. And plus, you're going to hear the surprising story, I never mentioned this before on YouTube, that actually explains how I stumbled on this online dating method. It's going to walk you step by step through a smarter way to approach online dating and gain an almost unfair advantage over all the other women online. So if you're interested in learning more about this exclusive online dating method with, its own tactics and tools, things that I don't reveal for free on YouTube, then please click the link below and watch this special presentation now. You're going to love learning a radically different approach to online dating, so you never again have to deal with these narcissists or scammers or players or these low quality guys online. Anyway, thank you so much for being my loyal viewer. It honestly means the world to me and my family that this tribe of ambitious women is growing so much and turning into such a powerful movement of loving, giving people. I can't tell you how amazing that feels. So I do hope to see you in this special presentation, and have an amazing day.